All right, guys, here on Saturday, June 12th, big news day, and I'm going to give it to you right now. Coming to us from NJ.com, that's NewJersey.com. A Paterson, New Jersey police officer was arrested Friday after allegedly beating a person while on duty and then lying about it in his report, authorities said. Spencer Finch of Mahwah was charged with official misconduct, aggravated assault, tampering with public records, and possession of a weapon for an unlawful purpose, according to a release from the Passaic County Prosecutor's Office. The alleged incident happened on May 26th while Finch was on duty and in uniform, but the time and exact place were not disclosed by the office, of course. Finch allegedly punched the person, who was not identified, in the face, hit the person multiple times with a flashlight, and kneed the person in the face, the office said. It was unclear if the person he allegedly hit was someone he was arresting and what the circumstances leading to the arrest were. Finch also allegedly prepared, signed, and submitted a police report describing the incident that contained several false statements, the release stated.
You are a cover-up artist and you are a liar.
His first court appearance is scheduled to be this morning, held virtually, and the office said it intended to file a motion for Finch to remain in jail until his trial. Finch's status with the Paterson Police Department was unknown Friday evening, as a spokesperson for the department could not immediately be reached for comment, of course. So Paterson, New Jersey, man, I'll tell you what, that's one city I'll never live in. Because the cops there, I mean, like, what do they hire, gang members? But hey, come here, man, who you with? Eastside Paterson. Hey, you want to be a cop? I mean, we had the Paterson 7. Now we got this guy. We got other stories, too. I can't stay out of Paterson, New Jersey, about as much as I can't stay out of Colorado or Arizona. And Texas we're going to go back to, but that's something different. Here's a cop, though. He just thought he could get away with anything, and somehow he got caught. Now, people say, well, we don't know yet. Well, he was arrested, so obviously there's something there. And he's a cop. You know, if there has to be something for a cop to get arrested, or maybe, you know, for something, but maybe just Paterson, New Jersey is just trying to clean it up. What do you think? Maybe they're just trying to clean up the police department. I don't know. This is a confusing one. You let me know in the comment section below. Moving on. Going south, WJCL.com. Savannah Mayor Van Johnson tweeted overnight asking anyone with information to come forward, saying, "We will need the community's help with tips, leads, and information. Hashtag say something."
Mayor Van Johnson wrote on social media, like so many other cities in the nation, Savannah has been victimized by a mass shooting. He also asked for the community's help with tips and leads using the hashtag say something.
One person was shot and killed, and 8 others are injured following a mass shooting in Savannah Friday night. Savannah police said officers were called to the 200 block of Avery Street, just off Oglethorpe Avenue, for reports of gunshots fired around 9 p.m. Friday night. That's last night. When they arrived, officers found 1 adult dead and 8 other people wounded. 2 of those victims are in critical condition.
The Savannah Police Department is still sifting through that evidence, trying to find out who was responsible for this shooting. The shooting occurred on Avery Street, just off of East Oglethorpe Avenue. You're looking at a map right now. Our reporter Daniel Robinson is live out at that scene right now.
The shooting occurred just 3 blocks from police headquarters. According to Savannah police, no suspects have been identified at this time, and no motive for the shooting has been determined, nor have the circumstances that led up to the attack.
So far, investigators still here on the scene. I am just going to go ahead and give you a live look here this morning. Like you just mentioned, we are on that 200 block of Avery Street. You can see we do have Savannah police units still here on scene. They've been here all night. We just saw them take down some of the crime scene tape, and it looks like they're starting to clear out a little bit. But if you can kind of look past some of these officers right here in front of this Savannah police unit car here, you can see the cars behind it on the scene just frozen in place from the shooting last night. Again, that left 1 person dead, 8 others injured. We've seen forensic units here working to gather evidence so they can try to piece together what exactly happened here on overnight. Now, again, that shooting did happen around 9 o'clock last night. And again, like we have just been talking about this morning, leaving one person dead, 8 others injured. A 2-year-old was injured as well as a 13-year-old. So the scene's still very fresh here this morning. Investigators working to put everything together.
Guys, this is, I mean, shootings, you know. Ever since Memorial Weekend of last year, 2020, it just seems weird. And I don't know if it's just because people are now focusing on what's going on in the communities more, or if it's because people are just going crazy. I mean, we've had the pandemic for the last year, COVID-19. And then, of course, I just mentioned the George Floyd incident. By the way, the girl Darnella Frazier, just received a Pulitzer citation. And it was awarded to her, honored to her by Spike Lee. So that's amazing. And that was she's the one that actually filmed Derek Chauvin killing George Floyd. And he was convicted for it. So, but I mean, it's just these mass shootings. Everybody's shooting everybody, and everybody's like, it's crazy. You know, my car got shot up in December in San Bernardino. I'm driving down the street, and pow, 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 all of a sudden they start shooting bullet holes in my car while I'm driving it. So hey, you know, as a cop watcher, First Amendment auditor, I've been in the battlefield. I've been shot at. How many of you cop watchers and First Amendment auditors can say you've actually been shot at? And I'm not talking about just one guard shooting a sidewalk. I'm talking about the car you're sitting in. It's just, I don't know. Everybody's just going. It's a madhouse! A madhouse! Right? Hey, I think Chuck Heston got it right. Let's go west. KXAN.com. At least 13 people were injured in a shooting in downtown Austin, Texas, early this morning, Saturday, June 12th. During a briefing, Interim Police Chief Joseph Chacon said the shooting happened at 400 East 6th Street, which is near Trinity Street.
There's a high visible presence of officers. We try to keep it as safe as we can, but what we have seen in recent months and over the last year or so is an increase in our gun violence. And so this is just emblematic of that. It continues, and it's something that we're really trying to work to decrease.
There are many bars in the area. The initial 911 call about shots fired came in at about 1:24 a.m. Chief Chacon said 11 people are now receiving treatment at one hospital, while one victim went to a separate hospital, and another victim received treatment at an emergency room. There are no deaths to report at this time, just the 13 injured. 2 of these patients are in critical condition, according to Chacon.
We are following breaking news out of Texas this morning, where a mass shooting in downtown Austin has injured at least 13 people. That shooting happened around 1:30 this morning along a popular stretch of 6th Street, where there are many bars and restaurants. Now, there are no deaths to report at this time. 2 of the victims, however, are in critical condition. Police are still searching for the suspected gunman.
And there's more to it there. I'm going to put a link to all of this stuff in the description box below. There's a lot of stuff in the description box if you want to click it and then look at that and maybe watch some of the footage that I've put the links to their YouTube videos as well. It's crazy, man. Like I was saying, people are just losing their freaking minds right now. It's almost like on Memorial Day 2020 or Memorial Weekend 2020, June 1st, what have you. You know, the United States did like a tip, like it kind of, you know, a drunken man, you know, off his feet a little bit, and we're trying to catch our balance, and we just can't get both our feet planted. We're still, you know, what's the word, for lack of a better word, reeling from what happened last year, and we're still kind of like off our balance, and I don't know. That's the only way I can describe it. Is that the United States of America has been knocked off balance beginning last summer, and we just haven't got on our feet yet. We're still kind of reeling back and forth. And I'm sitting here trying to think, what can we do to get America back on its feet? And I don't know if there's, I think it's going to take a couple of years for us to really get back to normal. Or like I was saying, trying to ask earlier, maybe, has this been going on for a while and we're just now more aware of it because of news media coverage? I mean, I know there's been mass shootings for years, since the 80s, you know, and people have been getting shot for years. But now it just seems like everybody's crazy. I'm just going to get a gun and shoot somebody. Why? Because I'm pissed off. But I'll tell you what we have to do, we cannot falter here, is we must continue to record the police interactions. And again, we're not just recording because we want to catch bad cops. You know, we're also recording because, look, accountability is a two-way street. If you're going to hold the law enforcement accountable, you have to hold everyone accountable. And I know people say, well, law enforcement officers, you know, they took an oath. You know, Joe Criminal didn't take an oath. Yeah, but Joe Criminal is still wrong. So we hold him accountable as well. I'm dead serious about that. And on that note, you know, I watched another video of certain auditors who went back to a synagogue to do, I guess, a follow-up. And I'm not even going to put the link, nothing, I'm not going to name them. But what I watched was a man with is it called a yarmulke? I think so. He was a Jewish man. And he came out and said, hey, we bring peace here. This is a place of peace. What are you doing? And they're just cussing him out and telling him, get out of here, man. You people call the cops on us and make us criminals. And he's going, who, us? No, I'm coming to, I thought you guys were filming a Hollywood movie, he says. And he goes, what are you filming? I just kind of wonder what's going on. Why are you so hostile? We bring peace. I bring peace to you. And they're telling him how he's, you know, all you guys make us criminals. You call the cops on us. You go away. Get out of here. And he goes, why? Because I wear this? You lump me into well, you all are the same. And then he goes, well, I just came to pray. And they said, well, go pray then. Don't talk to us. Get the hell out of here. And I'm thinking, how does that educate people on the First Amendment? And how does that show people that we're just trying to, I mean, people say, well, they have the right to free speech. They have the right to free press. They're allowed to do that. Okay, they're allowed to be assholes. I get it. So then First Amendment auditing is no longer about educating the public and the community and the government officials on the First Amendment, the Fourth Amendment, the 14th Amendment, the Second Amendment, the Sixth Amendment, the Fifth Amendment. Auditing now, amendment auditing is now about testing people. I want to see if they allow me to record and be an asshole. Okay, then call it asshole auditing. I don't know. But it's really affecting me physically. I know I don't want to, I'm trying not to sound over dramatic here, but it's affecting me. When I see it, and I'm just like, what are you thinking? You know, an Asian woman gets pepper sprayed and I get it. Look, she was wrong. For those who don't know what I'm talking about, in my YouTube channel, there's a video of a woman getting pepper sprayed. It was just uploaded yesterday, I think. Yeah. Or yesterday or the day before. I think it was yesterday. But anyway, and by the way, you have to watch out when it comes to Asians right now in California, because that hate crime bill was just signed. Where if you have a confrontation with an Asian person and they find you at fault, you are liable to be charged with a hate crime now. But she is pepper sprayed in the face because she grabbed, I get it, she grabbed his equipment, she was wrong for that. But all of that could have been avoided if a little de-escalation would have taken place. Instead of, oraka, 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 uro, uro, uraka, uru, uru, shalu, shandu, shandula. You know, if you just got rid of all of that and said, well, what we're doing is we're just kind of going around and educating people on the First Amendment. You have the right to freedom of speech and to free press. You have the right to video in public. That's what we're doing. Yeah. And you're in California. You have the right under Article 1, Section 2 of the California State Constitution that no law shall be made to prohibit your liberty of speech and press. And that's what we're doing, is we're going around educating people. See, we can record you in public because we have a constitutional right to do so. That's all they had to do, and that woman would have never got pepper sprayed. And I'm not saying that she was told 100% innocent. She didn't have to grab the equipment. He had to do what he had to do. But won't we tell cops to de-escalate? We call cops escalators. And yet, we don't know how to de-escalate ourselves. All it takes is a little communication and you can de-escalate like that. Like that. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comment section below. Community Leo Watch bringing you the news on Leos and Leo-involved incidents from coast to coast.